Mama, wash my back now.
I will, my king, my only son, anything for you.
Nkechi, he is 15 years old and you are still bathing him like a baby.
So what? He's my son, my precious son.
But our 5 daughters have been bathing themselves since they were 6. This boy is 15. Leave my son alone.
He is special. He is a king, my only boy, the one who will carry your name. Unlike these girls who will just marry and leave.
You are destroying this boy. You are turning him into a spoilt brat.
If you don't like it, then leave. I will choose my boy over anybody in this world, including you.
You will regret this, Nkechi.
Never. You're just jealous of my son.
My people, Oyana, come here. This story is for you. If you know any woman who chose her male child over everybody, gather round. This is the story of Mama Chidi, a woman who had 5 daughters and 1 son, and she loved that son so much that she fought with everybody. Chai, you will laugh, you will cry, you will learn. Are you ready? Oh yeah, let's enter this matter together. This story happened in Nnewi, Anambra State. You know Nnewi people now? The business people, the money people, the my son must be big people. Yes, those ones. Let me introduce you to the main characters. Mama Chidi, our main character, the woman with the problem, the boy child worshipper, the one who was blind. Papa Chidi, the father, a wise, patient man who saw everything, but his wife refused to listen to him. This man suffered. They have 5 daughters: Ada, Chidima, Neka, Chichi, and Amara. Now, let me tell you how this madness started. When Mama Chidi born 5 daughters back to back, boom, 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 no break, no rest, just girls. My people, the mockery she faced was insane. Her mother-in-law would visit the house, look at the 5 girls and hiss loudly and say, Nkechi, when are you going to give my son a real child? Or you want to born only girls till menopause catch you? What kind of woman are you safe? Her sisters-in-law would come for Christmas, gather in the kitchen and whisper loudly. You know that kind of whisper that everybody can hear. 5 girls? 5? Not even 1 boy? Chai, maybe the woman is cursed, or maybe it's spiritual attack from her mother's side. In the village, people stopped calling her by her name. They would call her Mama Girls or Mama Girls Factory, and they would laugh when she passed. Even in church, after service, the prayer warriors would corner her like armed robbers. Sister Nkechi, we've been seeing you. The enemy is blocking your male child. We need to pray fire prayer for you. Come, let's go to the altar now. This woman was going through serious shame. Papa Chidi, bless his soul, was not bothered at all. This man loved his 5 daughters with his full chest. He would carry them, play with them, help them with homework, braid their hair. Yes, so this man learned how to braid. He would tell Mama Chidi, Nkechi, abego, leave these people. Our daughters are blessings from God. Look at them, healthy, intelligent, beautiful. I'm grateful for each one. But Mama Chidi, no. This woman wanted a son. She needed a son to shut everybody's mouth, to prove she was a complete woman, to show her mother-in-law and those wicked sisters-in-law that she could do it. So what did she do? My people, this woman went everywhere, and I mean everywhere. She went to prayer mountains. You know those ones where you climb for 2 hours and your legs are shaking. Then you pray from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. standing. Yes, that one. She did it every month. She went to herbalists in the deep village. Those ones where you enter the shrine and you see skulls and red cloth and the man is wearing animal skin. She drank every bitter concoction they gave her. Her mouth was permanently bitter for 2 years. She went to prophets. Every single man of God that opened church in a container or under a tree, she was her customer. They would tell her, Sister Nkechi, the problem is spiritual. Your womb is locked. We need to do 21 days fasting. and she would do it. She was fasting Monday to Friday every single week. No food, no water, dry fasting. She would be looking like a ghost, shaking, but she didn't care. Papa Chidi would beg her, Nkechi, I beg, you are killing yourself. Please stop this madness. If God wants to give us a son, he will give. If not, we have 5 beautiful daughters. Isn't that enough? Mama Chidi would look at her with fire in her eyes. It's not enough. I need a son. You don't understand what I'm going through. After 5 years of suffering, 5 years of fasting, praying, drinking herbs, visiting prophets, Mama Chidi finally got pregnant. When she went for the scan and the doctor said, "Congratulations, it's a boy," my people, this woman fainted right there in the hospital, collapsed like a bag of rice. The nurses had to rush and pour cold water on her face, fan her, revive her. When she woke up, she was crying and laughing at the same time, like someone who won 100 million naira jackpot. She was shouting, "A boy! I'm carrying a boy! Jesus has done it! God has remembered me!" The doctor was looking at her like, "Madam, are you okay?" From that day, my people, Mama Chidi's brain scattered, like permanently scattered. No repair. It was gone. When Chidi was born, you would think the president of Nigeria himself was born in that hospital. Mama Chidi threw a party, and I'm not talking about small party, massive party. This woman spent 800,000 naira in 2005. That money could buy an acre of land at that time. She killed 2 cows, not 1 2 full-grown cows. She hired a live band, DJ, rented canopy that covered the entire street, bought matching uniforms for all the ushers, printed invitation cards with Chidi's face on it. The baby was only 7 days old, decorated the whole house with balloons and ribbons like it was a presidential inauguration. The party lasted from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. There was jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi soup, pepper soup with the cow meat, drinks everywhere, small chops, cake that was 3 layers. And the funniest part, at the party, Mama Chidi put baby Chidi on a pillow, put the pillow on her head and was dancing around the entire venue, showing him off like a trophy. She was moving from table to table, forcing people to look at him. "You see my son? Look at him. God has vindicated me. I have a male child. Who is laughing at me? Nobody. I said nobody." People were clapping, mostly because they wanted her to move away from their table so they could eat in peace. Meanwhile, Papa Chidi was sitting in one corner under a tree with his 5 daughters. They were just watching Mama Chidi dancing with Chidi on her head. Papa Chidi was shaking his head slowly, and he told Adiazi, who was 10 years old at the time, "My daughter, your mother has lost her senses. Just pray for her." And you know what she said? "Daddy, I know." And you know what's painful? When Mama Chidi born those 5 daughters, she didn't even kill chicken, not even one fowl. She would just cook a big pot of jollof rice, share it for the neighbors, and that was it. No party, no cow, no live band, just thank God for safe delivery, and everybody went back to their house. But for Chidi, 2 cows. The entire village was invited. Even people who didn't know the family came to chop free food and meat. From the day Chidi was born, he was worshipped like a god. I'm not exaggerating. This boy was treated like he was made of gold. Let me paint a picture of their house. Chidi had his own room. In a modest 3-bedroom house where they were struggling to pay rent, this small boy had a private room. The room had a proper bed with mattress, not matto, bed, 4 pillows with cartoon characters on them, ceiling fan and standing fan. In case NEPA took light, he would still have breeze. His own black and white TV with DVD player. Carpet on the floor so his royal feet will not touch the ground. Blue curtains with cartoon characters on the wall. Posters of cartoons on the wall. A small table with his own books and toys. Meanwhile, the 5 sisters, 5 girls, were all squeezed into one room like sardines in a can. Their room had 5 raffia mats on the bare floor. No carpeto, just cement floor. A few old wrappers that they all shared when cold came at night. No fan. They were using those hand fans made from raffia to fan themselves in hot season. No TV, no carpet. The window didn't even have curtain, so mosquitoes were entering freely every night and feasting on them like buffet. My people, see the difference, see the wickedness. And every morning, Mama Chidi would wake up at 5 a.m., go to the kitchen, put firewood, heat water in a big pot, pour it in a basin, add scented soap, that expensive Lux soap, carry the basin to Chidi's room and bathe him herself. She would bathe this boy like he was a baby made of glass, gently soaping him, washing every part of his body carefully, drying him with a clean towel, not those rough ones or this soft cotton towel. Then she would rub him with Vaseline Blue Seal from head to toe until he was shining like Christmas decoration. And you know what's funny? She was doing this even when Chidi was 10 years old. This boy was in primary 5 and his mother was still bathing him every morning like he was 6 months old. But the 5 girls, Mama Chidi would bang on their door at 5 a.m. and shout, "Wake up, go and bathe with cold water. What are you people waiting for? You think you are Chidi? Move." And the girls would wake up, go to the well, fetch cold water, even in Hamatan when the water was so cold it felt like ice, and bathe themselves outside. No hot water, no scented soap, just blue soap, that hard one that hurts your skin, and cold well water. My people, let me tell you about school fees time. This one pained me pass. Papa Chidi was working as a spare parts dealer in Main Market Onitsha. He was making around 150,000 naira per month. This was around 2010, 2012. It wasn't bad money, but it wasn't plenty. With 6 children, school fees, house rent, feeding, it was tight. But Mama Chidi decided that Chidi must go to the best school in Newi, Hillcrest International Academy. The school fees was 250,000 naira per term. Let me repeat, 250,000 naira per term for one child. Meanwhile, Papa Chidi was making 150,000 naira per month. Make it make sense. So where was the extra money coming from? Borrowing. Mama Chidi joined 3 different credit cooperatives, those monthly contribution groups. She would borrow 80,000 naira from this one, 100,000 naira from that one, 70,000 naira from the other one, just to pay Chidi's school fees. They were drowning in debt. And the 5 girls, they were all going to a community school, St. Mary's Community School, where the fees was 12,000 naira per term. But even that 12,000 naira, Mama Chidi would complain. She would go to the school and start begging, "Headmaster, this 12,000 naira is too much. Can you reduce it to 8,000 naira? We are suffering." The headmaster would look at her like, "Madam, are you okay? 12,000 naira is too much, but you are paying 250,000 naira for your son." Because of this nonsense, the 5 girls were always being sent home for school fees balance. Always. They would go to school in the morning, settle in class, the teacher would start teaching, then the headmaster's voice would come over the loudspeaker. "Adaize Okonkwo, Chidima Okonkwo, Nneka Okonkwo, Uchechi Okonkwo, Amara Okonkwo, report to the headmaster's office now." The whole class would turn and look at them. They would stand up shamefaced and walk to the office. The headmaster would tell them, "Your fees is not complete. Go home. Don't come back until your parents pay." And they would walk out of the school gate, all 5 of them, in their uniforms, carrying their bags, crying. They would stand outside the gate, watching their classmates through the fence, begging the gate man, "Malam, please let us go back inside. We will bring the money tomorrow." The gate man would just shake his head. "I'm sorry." Headmaster said no. This happened every term, every single term without fail. But Chidi, his fees was paid before the term even started. Mama Chidi would go to his school with full cash, pay everything in one shot, then give him an extra 20,000 naira for lunch money and projects. This boy was buying gala, lacasera, and meat pie every day during break time, like someone whose father owns Shell Oil Company. Meanwhile, his 5 sisters in another school were managing garri and beans that they soaked in pure water bottle from morning and carried to school so as to swell up. Papa Chidi would beg Mama Chidi, "Nkechi, this is madness. We are in serious debt because of school fees. We are borrowing from left and right. Let's move Chidi to a cheaper school so we can balance things out. The girls are suffering." Mama Chidi would explode. "Move my son to cheaper school? Are you mad? Do you want people to laugh at me? Do you want them to say I couldn't afford the best for my son? Never. My son will go to the best school. If you can't afford it, then work harder, do extra jobs, do whatever you need to do. But Chidi is not changing school." "But I'm already working 6 days a week, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. When should I do extra job? In my sleep? I don't care. Find a way." Papa Chidi would just hold his head and walk away. This marriage was becoming hell. Now let me tell you what kind of child Mama Chidi was raising with all this pampering. My people, this boy was a demon. I'm not using the word loosely. He was possessed by the spirit of entitlement and wickedness. At age 8, this small boy would slap his sisters if they annoyed him. And I'm not talking about small tap, proper slap. He would raise his small hand and give them gosa on the face. Sometimes, Nneka, who was 16 at the time, would be washing plates and Chidi would come and say something rude. Nneka would respond and this 8-year-old boy would slap her. And you know what Mama Chidi would do? She would support him. If Nneka cried or tried to slap him back, Mama Chidi would come running with koboko, whip made from cowtail, and start beating Nneka mercilessly. "How dare you fight your brother? How dare you raise your hand to him? He is the head of this family. He is your superior. Apologize to him. Now, now." And Nneka would have to kneel down and apologize to an 8-year-old boy. Can you imagine the humiliation? Chidi wouldn't wash his own plate after eating. He would just finish his food, stand up and walk away, leave the plate on the table, and Mama Chidi would shout, "Chidima, come and carry your brother's plate. What's wrong with you? You want him to carry plate like a girl?" He wouldn't sweep, wouldn't fetch water, wouldn't wash his own clothes, wouldn't do anything. He would just sit in his room with AC blowing on his head, watching Tom and Jerry, eating snacks, playing Super Mario, living like a young oga. If he wanted water, he would snap his fingers like he was calling a servant and shout, "Uchechi, bring me water, cold water, not warm." And if Uchechi delayed by even 10 seconds, maybe she was washing plates or sweeping, Mama Chidi would appear from nowhere like a ghost. "Uchechi, are you deaf? Your brother called you. Why are you wasting time? Move fast." But you know what's crazy? When the girls needed help with anything, maybe they needed Chidi to help them lift something heavy or reach something high or just anything, and they would call, "Chidi, please come and help us with..." Before they even finished talking, Mama Chidi would appear and cut them off. "Leave my son alone. What's wrong with you girls? He's not your houseboy. He's a boy. Boys don't do housework. That's what you girls are for. Go and do it yourselves." Papa Chidi would watch all this from the parlor after coming back from work. He would see how his daughters were being treated like slaves and his son was being worshipped like a king. He would try to talk to Mama Chidi multiple times, but this woman refused to listen. Her ears were closed. One day, I think it was a Saturday morning, Wahala finally exploded. It was around 8 a.m. All 5 girls were outside in the compound doing serious work. Adaize was sweeping the entire compound with a broom. Chidima was washing a mountain of clothes in a basin. Nneka was fetching water from the well. Uchechi was washing plates and pots in the kitchen. Amara was peeling yam for lunch. Meanwhile, Chidi, who was 10 years old at this time, was inside the parlor in his shorts and singlet, sitting on the cushion, watching cartoon on the TV, eating a full bowl of plantain chips, legs crossed, someone on vacation. Nneka finished fetching water and came inside to take a short break. She saw Chidi sitting there doing nothing, while all of them were outside working like slaves in the hot sun. Something just snapped inside her brain. She marched into the parlor, stood in front of the TV, and said, "Chidi, come outside and help us sweep the compound." Chidi didn't even look at her. His eyes were still on the TV. He waved his hand like he was shooing away a fly and said casually, "I don't sweep. That's what you girls are for. Move away from the TV. You are blocking my cartoon." My people, Nneka saw red. She grabbed the remote control from beside him and switched off the TV. Then Chidi jumped up like someone who stepped on fire and started screaming at the top of his lungs, "Mommy! Mommy! Nneka offed my TV! Mommy!" You would think armed robbers entered the house. Mama Chidi was in her bedroom folding clothes. The moment she heard Chidi scream, she dropped everything and came running like Usain Bolt. And she was already holding a koboko, whip made from cow tail, in her hand. She didn't even stop to collect it. She just had it with her like she was ready for war. She entered the parlor, saw Nneka standing there with the remote, saw Chidi pointing at her with tears in his eyes, and without asking any question, without hearing any explanation, she just started flogging Nneka mercilessly. "Bye, bye, bye. How dare you disturb your brother? You witch, you jealous girl. You want to frustrate my son. You want to make him unhappy. I will kill you today." Nneka was running around the parlor trying to dodge the whip, crying, shouting, "It's not fair, mommy. It's not fair. We are all doing work outside and he is just sitting here watching TV. Why can't he help us? Why is he too special to sweep?" Mama Chidi flogged her more. "Shut up. Shut your mouth. Chidi is a prince in this house. He is royalty. You are just a girl, a common girl. Your work is to serve. Your work is to cook and clean and wash. If you don't like it, pack your load and leave my house. Get out." The other sisters heard the noise and came running inside. They saw Nneka crying, Mama Chidi flogging her like she committed murder, Chidi standing there smiling. Yes, smiling. This small demon was enjoying the show. Papa Chidi was in the bathroom shaving. He heard the commotion and his blood was boiling. He wiped his face quickly, came out with shaving cream still on half his face, and when he saw what was happening, something inside him just broke. "Nkechi, stop this nonsense. Stop it now." It was the first time in their entire marriage that Papa Chidi shouted at his wife in front of the children like that. His voice was shaking with anger. Mama Chidi stopped flogging Nneka and turned to face him slowly. "What did you say?" Her voice was quiet but dangerous, like a snake about to strike. Papa Chidi was breathing hard. "I said stop. You are destroying this family. You are turning our son into a monster. You are treating our daughters like slaves. This is wickedness. This has to stop today." The whole compound went silent. Even the neighbors who were listening through the fence stopped breathing. Mama Chidi threw the koboko on the floor and walked towards Papa Chidi slowly. She stopped right in front of him, looked him dead in the eye and said, "If you don't like how I'm raising my son, then leave. I will choose Chidi over anybody in this world. Anybody, including you. My son is my life. My son is my everything. If you can't support that, then get out of this house." Papa Chidi just stared at her. The woman he married 20 years ago was gone. This was a different person standing in front of him. He said quietly, but his voice was like iron, "You will regret this. Mark my words, Nkechi. The way you are training this boy, he will abandon you when he needs you most. And these daughters you are maltreating, they will be your only hope in your old age. But by then, it will be too late. They will remember everything you did to them, and they will leave you to suffer. You are planting thorns today, and you will harvest thorns tomorrow." Mama Chidi laughed, a wicked laugh that had no joy in it. "My son will never abandon me. Never. He loves me. We have a special bond. You're just jealous of what we have. You're jealous because I love him more than I love you." Papa Chidi nodded slowly. "You just said it yourself. You love him more than your husband, more than your daughters, more than your family." He turned and walked back to the bathroom. The 5 girls were all crying quietly. Chidi was still standing there, not understanding the damage his mother was causing because of him. From that day, something broke in that family. Something died. The love was gone. The unity was finished. After that fight, Papa Chidi and Mama Chidi started fighting every single week about Chidi. Papa Chidi would say, "The boy is 10 years old and he cannot even bathe himself or wash one plate. What kind of man are you raising? What will happen when he grows up and he cannot do anything for himself?" Mama Chidi would fire back, "He will have a wife to do those things for him. I'm raising a king, not a housemaid. When he marries, his wife will take care of him. That's what women are for. So his wife will marry rubbish? You are making him useless? Get out of my face." The daughters were watching everything, watching their mother choose Chidi over their father, over them, over everything. And slowly, resentment was building in their hearts like a fire. Adaze said to her sisters one night when they were lying on their mats, "When I finish secondary school and I start making money, I'm leaving this house and I'm never coming back." Neka said with fire in her voice, "All of us will leave. We will make our own money, we will build our own lives, and we will leave Mama Chidi with her precious Chidi. Let him take care of her when she's old. We don't have a mother anymore." The others nodded in the darkness. The seed of abandonment had been planted. When Adaze finished secondary school, she came home screaming with her WAEC result in her hand. Daddy, I got 8 A's. 8! Papa Chidi was so proud. He lifted her up and spun her around. "My daughter, you're going to be a doctor, first university student in our family." Adaze got admission to study medicine at UNIZ. The acceptance fee was 45,000 naira. Papa Chidi told Mama Chidi, "We need to pay Adaze's acceptance fee. I'll give you the money now." He gave her 60,000 naira, extra 15,000 naira for her to buy things she needed. 1 week later, Adaze went to pay the fee. She checked the account. No money had been paid. She came home confused. "Mommy, did you pay my acceptance fee?" Mama Chidi was cooking. She didn't even turn around. "No." "But Daddy gave you 60,000 naira last week." "That money is for Chidi. He needs new school uniform, textbooks, and lesson teacher for mathematics and English." Adaze felt like someone poured cold water on her. "But Mommy, if I don't pay by next week, I will lose my admission." Mama Chidi finally turned around and her face was stone. "Then you will lose it. Go and learn tailoring or hairdressing. University is expensive and you're a girl. You will just marry after finishing and your husband's money will waste. Better to spend the money on Chidi. He is the one who will take care of us when we're old." Adaze started crying. "But Mommy, I got 8 A's. 8! I want to be a doctor. I've been dreaming about this since." "Dream is over. Go to your room." Adaze ran to her father's shop crying. Papa Chidi listened to her and his heart broke into pieces. That night, he did something he had never done. He went to his secret savings, money he was keeping to expand his business, money he had saved for 5 years, and he took out 65,000 naira and gave it to Adaze. "Go and pay your acceptance fee tomorrow morning, then buy your textbooks. I will find a way to pay your school fees. Your mother has lost her mind, but I will not let you suffer." Adaze was crying and hugging him. "Thank you, Daddy. Thank you so much." But Mama Chidi found out. One of the neighbors saw Papa Chidi giving Adaze money and reported like a spy. That night, there was World War III in that house. Mama Chidi confronted Papa Chidi in their bedroom, and the girls could hear everything from their room. "You gave Adaze money behind my back?" "Yes, because you are being wicked to your own daughter. How dare you undermine me? You are supporting these girls against my son? You want to use everything we have for them? You want to leave my son with nothing? I am supporting all my children equally. Then get out. Get out of my house. I don't need you. I don't want you. Chidi is all I need. Get out." And my people, Mama Chidi actually went to the wardrobe, pulled out Papa Chidi's clothes and started throwing them out of the window into the compound. Shirts flying, pants flying, shoes landing in the sand, everything. Papa Chidi just stood there in shock. "Nkechi, you're choosing that boy over our marriage of 23 years. You are chasing me out of my house?" "Yes, gladly. If you cannot support my son, then leave." Papa Chidi looked at her one last time, packed his small bag, and walked out that night. He went to sleep in his shop at Main Market. For 3 months, Papa Chidi didn't come home. He would send money for the girls' upkeep, but he refused to speak to Mama Chidi. The girls were heartbroken. They would cry every night. Even Chidi, who was 12 now, was feeling uncomfortable. He would ask, "Mommy, when is Daddy coming back?" Mama Chidi would hug him tight. "Don't worry, my son. Your father is just jealous of you. He doesn't want you to succeed, but I will always choose you. Always." After 3 months, Papa Chidi's family heard what happened and they were furious. They called a meeting. They dragged Mama Chidi to the family house and started blasting her. They begged Papa Chidi to come back home. He finally agreed, but when he came back, the marriage was dead. They were like two strangers living in the same house. No talking, no touching, just existing. Let me fast forward and show you what happened to everyone. For Adeaze, Papa Chidi struggled, borrowed money, did weekend jobs, sold some property, but he managed to send her to university. She became a doctor. By age 30, she was making 500,000 naira per month. Married to a pilot, 2 kids, big house in Lekki. Chidinma couldn't go to university. No money left after Chidi chopped everything. She learned tailoring, saved money small by small, enrolled herself in Polytechnic part-time program, studied accounting, got a bank job. She was making 300,000 naira monthly. Married to a doctor. Nneka also couldn't go to university. She learned phone repairs from a Chinese man at Alaba Market, started selling phones, opened her own shop, then 2 more shops. She was making 400,000 naira monthly. The girl was balling. Uchechi learned hairdressing from YouTube. Yes, YouTube. Opened a salon, then another salon. She had 3 salons and was making 350,000 naira monthly. Married to a good man. Amara learned fashion design, started sewing and posting on Instagram. Her brand blew up. She was making 250,000 naira monthly. All 5 daughters were making serious money. And you know what they all had in common? Not one of them called Mama Chidi mommy anymore. They called her Ma or Mama Chidi like she was a stranger. And none of them visited home. When Papa Chidi begged them to come for Christmas, they would say, "Daddy, we will come and see you, but we don't want to see her." Papa Chidi understood. His wife had destroyed every relationship she had. Now, where was the golden child during all this success? Chidi went to Unizac to study business administration. Papa Chidi paid with his retirement savings. In school, this boy was not reading. He was clubbing every weekend, Cubana, Ibiza, every club in Auka, drinking Hennessy like water, dating 5 girls at the same time, betting his school money, smoking weed, just wasting his life. He failed year 1, carried 4 courses. After 7 years for a 4-year course, Chidi finally graduated with 3rd class. After 7 years, after millions spent on him. After graduation, Chidi came home and did nothing. Just eat, sleep, play games. Papa Chidi, go and look for work. Chidi, Daddy, I'm a graduate. I can't just do any nonsense job. I need something befitting. Bank, oil company, big places. Befitting job with 3rd class? Okay. Months passed, a year passed, 2 years passed. Chidi was still at home, still sleeping till 12 noon, still eating Mama Chidi's food, still doing nothing. Papa Chidi begged her daughters, "Please help your brother get a job. You people have connections now." Adeaze said coldly, "Daddy, with all due respect, Chidi is Mama Chidi's project. Let her find him a job. We didn't go to school. We didn't get help. We hustled. Let him do the same." Papa Chidi was heartbroken, but he understood. They were done with Chidi and their mother. Then Papa Chidi got very sick, high blood pressure. The bills were over 2 million naira. Mama Chidi had no money. She had spent everything on Chidi. She swallowed her pride and called her daughters. They didn't even hesitate. They all contributed and paid everything. But they told her coldly, "We are doing this for Daddy, not you." For 3 weeks, Papa Chidi was in the hospital. The 5 daughters took turns staying with him. They cooked for him, bathed him, talked to him, made sure he was comfortable. But none of them spoke to Mama Chidi beyond good morning. And Chidi, he visited his father twice in 3 weeks. One day, Papa Chidi held Adeaze's hand. I'm sorry I didn't fight harder for you girls. Adeaze cried. Daddy, you did your best. You are the only one who loved us. We don't blame you. We blame her. Papa Chidi nodded. Your mother will suffer for what she did. That boy will break her heart. But when that happens, please, don't be too wicked to her. She's still your mother. The girl said nothing. Papa Chidi recovered from that sickness, but was very weak due to stress he had gone through in his life. 2 years later, he had a massive heart attack. He died instantly. He was only 62. At Papa Chidi's burial, the 5 daughters organized everything, paid over 3 million naira total. Mama Chidi, 0 contribution. Chidi, 0 contribution, said I'm broke. But at the burial, Chidi wore the biggest agbada and was taking pictures like a celebrity. He posted on Instagram, "Rip Daddy, legend never die." The sisters saw it and blocked him immediately. After the burial, they had a meeting without Mama Chidi. Adeaze said, "From today, we are officially done. Let Chidi take care of her." They all agreed. They would not visit, not send money, not help. She was dead to them. Mama Chidi didn't realize what was happening at first. She would call her daughters. They would pick, "Yes, ma. Emergency. No, I just want to. We're busy. Bye." Click. If she asked for money for food, ask Chidi, "We sent you airtime. Bye." She called all 5. Same response. She sat on the floor of her empty house and cried. She looked at Chidi, now 26, still jobless, playing games in his room. She realized this boy doesn't care about her. He only stayed because she was feeding him. She had destroyed her entire family for a boy who didn't even love her. Weeks passed. Mama Chidi had no food, no money. She started begging for food in the market. People were shocked. "Hey, Mama Chidi, the woman who did big party, you are begging?" One neighbor woman said, "Mama Chidi, you have 5 successful daughters. We see them driving big cars. Where are they?" Mama Chidi couldn't answer. The woman continued, "And your son, the one you killed yourself for, where is he?" Mama Chidi was silent. The woman laughed wickedly. "You see your life? You rejected your daughters, spoilt your son. Now your daughters abandoned you and your son is useless. You played yourself." And she walked away. Mama Chidi stood there, crying. Then Mama Chidi had a stroke, half her body paralyzed. Chidi saw her on the floor. He panicked. He called his sisters. Adeaze picked. "What? Sister, Mommy is on the floor. She's not moving. Take her to hospital." "I don't have..." "Figure it out. You are old enough. Bye." Click. Finally, Chidinma said, "We will send money for hospital bill only. We are not coming." They did. Mama Chidi was in hospital for 2 weeks. Chidi visited 3 times. Each visit, 30 minutes. When discharged, the doctor said she needs 24-hour care. Chidi said okay, but did nothing. Every day was the same. Chidi would wake up at 12 noon, sometimes 1 p.m. He would come out of his room, go to the kitchen, eat whatever leftover food was there, usually nothing, then go back to his room. Mama Chidi would be lying on her mat on the floor, unable to move, unable to call for help, unable to do anything. She would soil herself because she couldn't get up to go to the bathroom. She would just lie there in her own urine and feces for hours, sometimes the whole day, until the smell became so bad that even Chidi, who barely left his room, would notice. Then he would come out, look at her, sigh, like she was inconveniencing him, and just leave again. He wouldn't clean her, he wouldn't call anyone, he would just go back to his room. One afternoon, a neighbor, Auntie Mbozi, came to check on Mama Chidi. She hadn't seen her in days and was worried. When she entered the house, the smell hit her like a wall. Ngozi was horrified. Chidi, come here right now." Chidi came out of his room slowly, scratching his head, yawning. Yes, auntie. Your mother is lying in her own waist. How long has she been like this? Chidi shrugged. He actually shrugged. I don't know, auntie. Maybe since morning. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. You mean your mother has been lying in her own urine and feces for hours and you didn't do anything? Chidi looked annoyed. Imagine, he was annoyed. Auntie Abego, I'm not a nurse. I don't know how to clean her. These things are difficult. I was going to call my sisters to come and slap. Auntie Ngozi slapped him across the face. Yes, this auntie just slapped a 28-year-old man. You are useless. You are completely useless. Your mother spoiled you. She made you into a useless human being. Your sisters warned her. Your father warned her, but she didn't listen. And now see, this is what she got. A useless son who can't even take care of her. Chidi was just standing there holding his cheek, shocked. Auntie Ngozi cleaned Mama Chidi herself. She fetched water, warmed it, washed her gently, changed her clothes, put her on a clean mat. Then she went straight to the community chairman and reported what she saw. The community called a meeting. All 6 children were summoned. The chairman confronted Chidi. Your mother sacrificed everything for you. Now you are leaving her in her own waist? Chidi mumbled, I don't know how to. Ngozi stood up and shouted, You don't know? You don't know how to give your mother water? You don't know how to call someone to help? You don't know how to take her to the hospital? You are just lazy. You are useless. You are 28 years old and you cannot do anything? Your mother spoiled you. She turned you into a useless human being. The community murmured in agreement. The chairman then turned to the 5 daughters. And you people? You are all successful, we know. We see your cars when you come to Nui. We hear about your businesses. Why are you abandoning your mother? Yes, she is sick. Yes, she needs help. But she is still your mother. Why are you leaving her to suffer? Adaze stood calmly. Sir, that woman abandoned us first. For 25 years, she treated us like trash. She threw our father out for Chidi. She made our lives hell. We paid for our daddy's medical bills. Chidi contributed 0. So respectfully, sir, we are done. The golden child can take care of her. The community went silent. They knew she was right. The chairman looked around. He saw all the elders nodding slowly. He turned to Chidi. Young man, your mother is your responsibility. You are eating the food she cooked for you all these years. Now it's your turn to take care of her. If anything happens to her because of your negligence, you will answer to this community and to God. Chidi just looked down at his feet. The meeting ended. After the meeting, the daughters gathered outside. Adaze spoke. I know we're angry, but Daddy said, don't be too wicked. She's still your mother. She's already been punished. Chidi abandoned her. If we let her die alone, don't we become like her? After long silence, they agreed. We'll hire a caregiver. We'll pay for everything, but we don't have to do it ourselves. They went back to the house. Chidi had run away after the meeting. They hired sister patients, 180,000 naira per month. Bought hospital bed, wheelchair, medications, generator, everything. Mama Chidi watched them, crying. When everything was set up, Adaze spoke. Ma, we're still angry. We'll never forget what you did. But Daddy taught us mercy. So we are showing you grace. Not because you deserve it, but because we deserve peace. Mama Chidi cried, I'm sorry. Adaze held her hand. First contact in years. We know. But sorry doesn't erase the pain. We're giving you a chance to spend your last days with dignity because that's what good people do. For 2 years, Sister Patience cared for Mama Chidi beautifully. The daughters visited once a month. Conversations were brief and formal. But slowly, the anger started to ease. One day, Amara came alone. She found Mama Chidi looking at old photos, pictures from before Chidi when they were a happy family. Amara sat beside her. You were different then. You were a good mother. Mama Chidi struggled to speak. I was foolish. I lost my mind. I hurt everybody. So sorry. Amara cried, I think I'm ready to start forgiving you. She told her sisters. Slowly, they all started visiting more. The wall was coming down. Meanwhile, Chidi tried Yahoo, got scammed, betting, lost everything, then stealing. He got arrested. Bail, 2 million naira. He called his sisters. They refused and told him to face the consequences. They told Mama Chidi. She cried and blamed herself. I spoiled him. Chidi spent 6 months in jail. It broke him. 3 years later, Mama Chidi got worse. The doctor said weeks, maybe days. All 5 daughters came home and stayed. On her final day, Mama Chidi looked at each daughter. I wasted my life. You gave mercy I didn't deserve. You are better than me. Forgive me. All 5 daughters, tears streaming. We forgive you, Ma. We forgive you. Mama Chidi smiled, genuine, peaceful, and closed her eyes. At the burial, the daughters cried real tears. They had chosen to release the pain. When Chidi got out of prison, he was different, broken, humble. He found his sisters and fell on his knees. I'm sorry, I was useless. Mommy spoiled me, but I chose to stay useless. Please give me one last chance. The sisters looked at each other. Adaze spoke. We'll give you 1 million naira to start a business, but this is the last time. Mess it up and we're done forever. Chidi used it to start a phone repair shop. For the first time, he worked. He hustled. He learnt. Today, the 5 sisters are all thriving, married, kids, successful businesses. And Chidi, he has 2 phone repair shops, married with 1 son, and he tells everyone, my son will never be spoiled like I was. All my children will work hard and learn respect. I learned that lesson the hard way. Now, my people, what did we learn? Lesson 1. Don't favor your male child. This boy-child syndrome destroyed Mama Chidi's life. Lesson 2. Spoiling a child is destroying them. Chidi was useless for 28 years because of it. Lesson 3. The child you neglect might save you. The daughters Mama Chidi rejected saved her life. Lesson 4. It's never too late to change. Chidi was trash, but he chose to become better. Lesson 5. Mercy is strength, not weakness. The daughters showed grace for their own peace. Lesson 6. Your children are watching. They will remember and they will decide your fate based on how you treated them. Now tell me, my people. Could you have forgiven? Do you think Chidi really changed? What would you have done differently? Drop your answers. If this story taught you something, smash that like button. If you want more stories, subscribe.